I finally rage quit my job of 5 years. So a bit of backstory, I've worked at this, very small, less than 50 people, company for about 5 years. I was brought on as an assistant, and within 3 years I worked my way up to one of the heads of the department. My job is a niche within a niche, so I was able to train myself in very industry-specific knowledge. My company has its problems. Many of the higher-ups are toxic, resort to bullying, and overall can be dicks. But I've put up with it because I was learning very valuable skills and I truly am passionate about what I do in the industry. When the pandemic struck, my work refused to let people WFH. One person walked out, and I was so scared I started to have a panic attack. I live with someone who was high risk, so I was terrified I was going to give it to them. I had to threaten to quit before they let me work from home. They finally relented. And guess what? My productivity skyrocketed. I increased our winning rate by 23% since the beginning of 2020 alone. It has been better for my mental health to be away from the bullies, and I can focus easier. It also improved my health. I lost 30 pounds without even trying. My carpal tunnel practically disappeared. Last week, I was offered a job for a similar role in a bigger, competing, company. They were offering me a $23,000 a year increase in salary and a fully remote position. I was on the fence, because despite having more money, it was hard to let go of a place that I've spent so much time, and so much professional development, on. I also was worried about several of my coworkers, the ones that aren't bullies. On Monday morning I went to one of the higher-ups with my dilemma. She was so supportive, immediately congratulating me and said, "I'm going to talk to the CEO tomorrow. I'll tell him your situation so he has the opportunity to counteroffer you." I told her it wasn't really the money, it was also the remote policy. So today I got a call from a higher-up, and this is how our conversation went. The CEO is willing to raise your salary, but first he wants to negotiate you coming back into the office. Me: what, doesn't he realize this other position is fully remote? Yes, but he says the company has been generous with working with you on being remote and now you will need a doctor's note to remain such. Me: generous? There was a global pandemic. It wasn't some sort of favor to me, it was what the company had to do because of COVID-19. I'm glad they finally did it, but I had to beg because I was so scared I was going to kill my partner. Yes, but some people remained in the office this whole time. Me: that's not my problem. They were not taking it seriously and there were no rules implemented by the company regarding masks, social distancing, etc. Them staying in the office made me realize I had to remain staying home because I knew they weren't being safe. That's why he says it's generous he has let you stay home for this long. Me: I've also proven that I am more effective in a remote position. It has been a net positive for the company as a whole. I understand. Me: I don't care if you give me a salary increase. This is about respect. I was on the fence about this new position but now I see that I have to take it. Consider this my official notice. I quit. I just signed the contract with the new company. Thanks for making it easy on me, old company.